Our NHL analyst, Barry Melrose, joining us here on a very quiet trade deadline day.
Crickets were going around the NHL.
Last year, 31 trades on this day, just a handful to talk about. But let's take a look at it as a whole here, Bear. Who was the biggest winner in the trade?
The teams that got out ahead of the curve and made their deals games ago. And the one that jumps out to me is the Boston Bruins. I love what they did. 5 games ago, they went out and got Thomas Caberlet. They got Kelly from Ottawa. They ended up getting Peverley from the Atlanta Thrashers. And all that's happened since then, they won 5 games in a row, including 4 games on a tough Western swing. This team is playing great hockey right now. They were always good defensively, but they have more scoring weapons now up front because of the trades. And they also have the 2 best goaltenders, probably tandem in the NHL. So I really like that team. I also like what the Los Angeles Kings did. They've been talking about making a deal. The owners demanded they make a deal. They had a great season last year, almost beat the Vancouver Canucks in the first round. They got Dustin Penner, a great big giant forward from the Edmonton Oilers, a guy that can score 20, 25 goals. He's about 250 pounds, a good skater, so he really fits in well with the LA Kings style. And also, don't forget, he's already won a Stanley Cup with the Anaheim Ducks. So this guy was a great addition to the Kings, and they gave up nobody off their team. They gave up a young player not on their team. They gave up a first-round pick. So that's what I like also. You added a great player to a team and didn't give up anybody off that team.
Sometimes you're the biggest loser in the whole trade process if you don't pull off a deal. Which team are you looking at and said, that team needed to make a trade and they didn't get it done?
The Dallas Stars needed to make a trade, and they needed to move Brad Richards. And people say, why move Brad Richards? He's their best player. You had to move Brad Richards because he is a free agent at the end of the year, and the Dallas Stars have owner problems. You don't know who's going to be owning the Dallas Stars next year. Will Richards re-sign with Dallas in the offseason? I doubt if he will. There'll be a number of teams after Richards, but I don't think he'll re-sign with Dallas. So now they're taking a risk. If they keep Richards, maybe they make the playoffs, which is great, but what if they lose in the first round? The bottom line is, unless they win the Stanley Cup, keeping Richards, I think, was a terrible move. We saw with Bouwmeester a few years with the Florida Panthers. They missed the playoffs anyways, and they lost Bouwmeester to the Calgary Flames for nothing. Richards is an asset. They could have easily got a first-round pick, maybe 2 first-round picks for Brad Richards, certainly some young players in a first-round pick. Now they're sitting there with Brad Richards, and they'll probably lose them July 1st to the New York Rangers or the LA Kings anyway. So bad move by Dallas, not moving Brad Richards.
Again, a very quiet trade deadline day. Basically, you're making your push now with the guys you got in that locker room.
A lot of Stanley Cups been won this day.
Bruins haven't won a Stanley Cup since 1972. You think they have a shot?
I like the Bruins a lot. They're a very good team. Yes, they are.
That would come as very good news in the hub there in Boston. Barry Melrose.
That'd be wicked.
There's a lot of things you could say there. Barry Melrose, finishing strong on trade deadline.
Not how you start, it's how you finish.
Yes.